face.
Every June, Camp Ripley hosts the Trolling for Troops event that is funded by the Veteran Service Organizations. This event hits close to home for our American Heroes Outdoors team, as AHO Ambassador Tim Krouth is the event coordinator at Camp Ripley, and our host, Scott St Sauver, helped create this event back when he was post commander of Camp Ripley.
This event is always obviously the best event of the year for me, because it's something I thought of when we were in Iraq. And I knew my soldiers were always talking about what they missed about home, hunting season, fishing season. So I came to the Veteran Service Organizations and the American Legion, the VFW, the DAV, the Order of the Purple Heart, and I said, hey, what do you think? Do you think that if we took some currently serving soldiers and veterans from any era and any service, that they would come to Camp Ripley and we could take them out fishing and get a group of river guys on the Mississippi River right on Camp Ripley, and then a group of anglers that fish big water like Mille Lacs and get these guys out, and they were all for it. But for me, it means the world. It gets these guys out, it gets them talking about things together. They can solve a lot. Believe it or not, just talking to each other about your experiences and what you've done can help. It can help those that have already served in a combat zone, and for these kids that are like the ones here on the bow ahead of me, if they've not been to a combat zone yet, they're going to. They're going to experience that now. That is the world we live in. So having that mentorship and having that camaraderie, I think, is just important for service members.
The two young men on the bow of Colonel's Florida boat Gone Astray on Minnesota waters are newly enlisted National Guardsmen and Camp Ripley air traffic controllers Connor Kozin and Cole Tippler.
Well, I had family members that were in, and I figured it would be a good idea for me to get into it. I wanted something with a little more structure, and National Guard kind of gave me a piece of the military and be able to have a civilian life as well. So that's one of the main reasons I joined. We're both in the same unit for the military. So we both train together. We're both working in the tower.
I've always been interested in aviation, so I wanted to become a pilot. I started off at air traffic, see where it goes from there. I want to go to college yet, get a degree in something. Not sure exactly what yet.
After Colonel and the crew started catching fish, look who decided to sneak in on the party.
Blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Good to see you're up for all day.
We eventually jumped in the new American Heroes Outdoors Warrior boat to catch up with David Morris and his veteran, Tim Krouth.
Hey, he's on. He's a fighter.
Just when we turn the boat too, huh?
Oh, we got a fighter around here, fellas.
Nice and easy, you're doing a good job. Don't muscle him, just let him.
No.
Well, we just came down on the backside of a little reef, and we were gonna go start up, and I told him to reel up, and he's reeling up, that's for sure.
I think he's a northern.
No such thing out here.
Look at this.
Jeez,
Holy cripes.
there's a fish. Looks a little bit yellow to be a northern.
Can't go up but any more, buddy. Yep, buddy.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Yep, baby.
That's
And
awesome.
he spit it out already. Perfect. Once again, fellas, beautiful day on Mille Lacs.
It's moments like this that help in the healing process of dealing with the everyday realities that many of our soldiers face.
Out of 13 siblings, 8 of us served in the military. My son is serving, and my son-in-law is currently serving with the division in Kuwait at this time. I remember like it was yesterday, the day the division lost those 3 soldiers, those 3 military police soldiers that got killed in Iraq and Basra. And the not knowing was probably one of the worst feelings I ever had in my life. I kind of lost it that day. I remember we were fielding our new tanks in the battalion, and you know, I didn't know what to think. But not knowing if that was my son, you know, I knew 3 soldiers that were military police soldiers that got killed over there, and I didn't know if it was my son or not, you know, so that took a lot out of me that day.
It was another great day on the water. I guess when you think about recapping the day, we caught fish,
Yeah, we did.
we had fun.
The fact that we're just off of work and out fishing on a beautiful day is can't
That's
ask
all we
for
need.
anything more.
Yeah.
But super opportunity to get out. Dave, I really appreciate it.
A lot of
It's been a lot of fun, bud.
Pleasure's mine.
The bonds made at these events last a lifetime, and its success is defined by the people behind the scenes dedicated to serving those who have served.
Saturday morning, we'll start looking at, okay, this is what we need to improve on. Here's what went well. We start working with food vendors to ensure that they're going to stay on board the next year to help cut the cost down. So it gets to be a late night and early morning, so you want to make sure you have enough volunteers so that we're not burning these guys out. You know, we always know we have the guides, but you're always kind of questioning how many guides are we really going to have, because there's so many fishing tournaments that these guys are in. So we're trying to make sure that we have the right date selected, that we're not going to interfere with their tournaments. You know, if somebody's wanting to donate, I mean, we're willing to always take on more product, more donations, because it would help out the service orgs, because now that lessens their money that they have to contribute, and we can do more events throughout the year with veterans. Those first veterans start walking in and the guides start showing up, and you watch that guide walk over to his table and he meets his veterans. But then all of a sudden it's like they've known each other for their whole lives. As a veteran myself, I mean, that is the most rewarding part, is just watching other veterans heal in the outdoors.